Let's see how to do that email exercise. If you already know how to send an email with an attachment, don't worry about it. You can just follow the instructions. But for some people, email is new, so you can follow along with me. Once I have my webmail open, which I'm going to assume you can do by yourself, but I have the instructions, the address there. Once you do that, then click Compose, and I want you to send it to yourself. So I'm Linda Lee Masood, sending to me, Linda Lee Masood. Just, I mean, that looks fake, but it works very well for the assignment. Linda Lee Masood at mcc.edu. And then the subject line is email. I'm having trouble this because my mouse isn't working very well since the last Windows update. So I have to chase that. Assessment. Do you need a subject line? If you're just sending to your friends, maybe not. But for business purposes, it's always good to do that. And the next thing will be to answer these questions in the body of the email using full sentences. Use a salutation. Dear Mrs. Masood, it's always polite until you're invited otherwise to use the proper title. And my college major is pre-med. Oh, I didn't quite get there, did I? My college major is pre-med. I am not too confident in my ability to complete the class successfully because I have only used a phone before. When if you say that to me, I'm going to say, okay, trigger, let's see if we can get you a tutor. Study buddies are great. I used to be one a long time ago. And then you could continue typing as if they were big paragraphs on the same line, but these are all separate lines. So, um, and then the statement, I'm going to say, um, please see this picture of what makes me happy. And now you're going to go and set signature at the bottom. There are 1,000 ways to do it. How about if I just go, I have a signature block, which you can make. I showed you how. Anyway, how about just, I do things like this lots of times. That's Linda Lee with a happy face, something like that. And then we're going to go down to the bottom to the paper clip where it says attach files. And now you have to go find a file somewhere. I thought I had one found, but I'm going to go find another one. Well, in interest of time, here's a wreath I took at a business last year, and it was so pretty that I really liked it. And now I'm going to send it. That's all there is to it. You see it down here at the bottom? I can tell that it's 5 meg, big one. Send. And now I see that there is an email message from me with a subject line of email attachment, and then it says the beginning of the text. So I'll click that to open it, and notice there's my wreath down there at the bottom. And the next part of the assignment is to use the snipping tool. I have you do lots of snips. So use the snipping tool, which if you look, mine is down here on the toolbar. Otherwise, you can go to the Windows icon and you can either find or actually type snipping tool. And if you want to, I would, if you right click on the snipping tool right at this point, you could pin it to the taskbar. I'd have to unpin, pin it to the taskbar or pin it to the start menu, which is here. And that way it's easy to open every time. Anyway, so I'm opening the snipping tool. Let me drag it back onto this monitor. It looks like this, and I'm going to make a new snip. At this point, I'm going to start in the upper left typically, and I'm going to click and drag from the upper left to the bottom right. Now here's another thing. If you have a big monitor like I do, it's going to make it hard for me to read. Well, let me minimize that. Hard for me to read when I grade it. So to be polite, I'm going to use, I wrote it here in the instructions, Windows right arrow or left, Windows right arrow to make this window narrower, and I actually closed the menu bar. So now I can make another snip. Go get that snipping tool again. and make a new snip. And this time, when I make the snip, it will show the text larger. I don't care if I can see the whole picture, it's okay. Like this. And then I'm moving this over so you can see. Then I'm going to save the file. And it'll probably save in your downloads folder or maybe in your uh, documents folder. And I forgot what I told you to save it as, but save it as email assessment, something. I don't know, whatever it says. I mean, name it something, but as long as you name it something, that's all I care about. And click save. And now you'll have your file there. You can just close this when you're done. And when you go into the Canvas assignment, you can attach the file and upload the file. You have to go find it and upload it into your Canvas shell, and then I will grade it. Hopefully that's a nice little start for you just in case you need a nudge to get you going.